This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia, or ALL, has a cure rate of more than 85%. However, one of the main medications used to treat this cancer can cause painful and sometimes debilitating nerve damage. These side effects can persist long after treatment has stopped. A new study examined whether differences in an inherited gene is associated with an increased risk of developing these side effects.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
Inside this plastic pouch is a life-saving chemotherapy drug on its way to a young patient diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, or ALL, the most common type of childhood cancer.
Vincristine is a very powerful chemotherapy agent, but it has a terrible toxicity that's called neuropathy. Some children get very weak in their ankles and their feet and need support to walk.
As best you can, get that healed out, okay?
18-year-old Hannah Tate developed this debilitating side effect after being treated with vincristine for another type of cancer.
First, I noticed it in my feet. They were just weak. They kind of dropped. Like I couldn't pull my feet up. It's really hard.
We had some hints that there could be a genetic component to the risk of developing this toxicity.
Doctors William Evans and Christine Cruz from the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and co-authors examined a large panel of genes in more than 300 children with ALL. They all received multiple courses of the anti-cancer drug vincristine over an extended period of time.
We found that a change in this gene, CEP72, made patients more at risk.
They have over a 3 times greater risk of developing this side effect of vincristine. And it's more severe when they do develop it, over twice as severe. Neurons more sensitive, therefore they get more toxicity, but their leukemia cells are more sensitive.
Information to help reduce those side effects. Future studies are planned.
To see if we can use this to lower the dose of vincristine in those children, reduce their toxicity without compromising the success of their leukemia therapy.
Hannah's doctors say she is making great progress. She now has braces for her legs, making it easier for her to walk, and she is looking forward to graduating high school this year.
I'm really excited about being finished with all of this. Hopefully next I'll figure out what I want to do in college.
Catherine Dolph, The JAMA Report.
And this gene variant is present in about 16% of patients diagnosed and treated for ALL. The world's biggest airbag maker, Takata Corporation, is on the defensive, with car dealers gearing up for the biggest recall in U.S. history, bigger even than the recall of 31 million Tylenol bottles in 1982, affecting roughly 1 out of every 4 cars on the road. Nearly 34 million vehicles nationwide involving 11 different automakers have been affected. The affected companies are BMW, Chrysler, Daimler Trucks, Ford, General Motors, Honda, Mazda, Mitsubishi, Nissan, Subaru, and Toyota. Government investigators say exploding airbags are suspected in the deaths of at least 5 people. Among them is Hein Tran, who died in an accident in Orlando, Florida. According to Tran's attorney, metal fragments from the airbag's inflator were shot directly into her neck. At least 100 people have been injured. Until now, the Takata Corporation has insisted its airbags were not defective. To find out if your car is affected, find your VIN number, which is right under the windshield wiper, then go to safercar.gov. That's safercar.gov. Type in that VIN number, and every recall affecting your car should pop up, including the airbag recall. Checking your VIN is a good idea, even if you don't think your car is on the airbag list. And I did check that today for the news vehicle, and it was on a recall list. However, it was for seatbelts, not the airbag, and I will be getting that fixed. The Minimally Invasive Hand Institute is here in Pahrump. The practice utilizes the campus of Desert View Hospital for doctor visits and operations. We caught up with Dr. Jonathan Sorrell to find out more.
I'm one of the only practices in Las Vegas that actually do most of the surgeries performed by typical hand surgeons, but just in a minimally invasive way.
Let's talk about what the typical or even not typical complaint or thing that your patients come see you for.
So typically the most common patient I have is carpal tunnel complaints, which consists mainly of nighttime numbness, tingling, pain it can radiate anywhere from up the wrist, up to the elbow, even up to the shoulder and neck. We fix that with a small surgery that's about 4 millimeters in length and takes about a minute and a half to do. So.
And let's talk about what minimally invasive means.
So that's when we try to do surgery through a smaller incision. We use equipment like cameras and scopes to accomplish that.
You're here on the campus of Desert View Hospital. You also have a location in Las Vegas, but locals can come see you?
Absolutely, anytime.
And tell me about your staff here.
We bring all of our staff from Las Vegas, but we do use the staff here out in Desert View. And they've been with me for a while. They're very expert at what they do.
What types of insurances?
We take most PPO insurances, workers' comp, and we do medical liens.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Jonathan Sorrell. I'm originally from Acushnet, Massachusetts. I've been out here in Las Vegas for about 6 years now. Been in my own practice for about 4 to 5 years now, and love it.
I hear you're even expanding to Arizona?
Yes, actually we have an office already down there. We've gone several times down there, and there's a huge need. There's a population in the greater metropolitan area of Bullhead of approximately 200,000, and they don't have a hand surgeon, so we're trying to offer them the opportunity to see a hand surgeon that's been fellowship trained instead of getting sort of general care.
What types of anesthesia and surgeries can a person choose?
So together with the minimally invasive surgery, which is the smaller incisions, we also try to use less anesthesia. So we can do things like regional blocks, which is numbing up the arm, or just a finger, depending on what the need of the patient is and their health. We do also general anesthesia for the people that are either too nervous or that would prefer it that way.
And people can contact you. I know you have a website, and of course the number here at Minimally Invasive Hand Surgery right here locally
is 702-739-4263.
And Dr. Sorrell is the one that did my wrist surgery there at Desert View Hospital. The Metropolitan Police Department arrested 10 people at Hemp Calm, a 3-day medical marijuana education convention. Vendors at 5 booths were caught selling marijuana to undercover officers. Detectives also caught vendors selling hallucinogenic mushrooms at the convention. Hemp Calm was held at the Cashman Center in Las Vegas Friday through Sunday. We'll have your entertainment when we return. And here's Alicia Cook with your entertainment this week.
On the eve of the final Late Show, David Letterman heads to the end of his late-night career with the same guest that started it all, Bill Murray. The finale is tonight, Wednesday, and there are no scheduled guests. The comedic actor was Letterman's first guest in Late Night when he appeared with Letterman in 1982 on NBC's Late Night. Murray did the same thing a decade later when he was the first guest on The Late Show after Letterman moved to CBS in 1993. Bob Dylan also appeared to play the host off. It was Dylan's first TV appearance in more than 20 years. As for the finale, CBS is keeping a lid on what to expect, only saying that Letterman's goodbye will include surprises, memorable highlights, the show's final top 10 list, and more. The 2015 Billboard Music Awards were held Sunday at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas and aired live on ABC. The show was hosted by Ludacris and Chrissy Teigen. Taylor Swift won 8 out of her 14 nominations, including Top Artist, Top Female Artist, and Top Billboard 200 Artist for her album 1989. Sam Smith won the honor of Top Male Artist, although he couldn't attend because of his recent vocal cord rupture. He accepted the honor by video, writing on large cue cards. Smith, Iggy Azalea, and Pharrell Williams scored 3 trophies each. Top touring artists went to One Direction. The year's most popular radio song was John Legend's All of Me, and Justin Bieber took the top social artist. At the start of the show, Taylor Swift premiered her Bad Blood music video. Mariah Carey performed at the ceremony, marking the first time she has performed on the Billboard stage since 1998, as well as Britney Spears for the first time in 4 years. For a complete list of winners, go to Billboard.com. The Psychedelic Furs and the church are teaming up for a North American tour 27 years after plans to hit the road together fell apart. The two post-punk acts had to abandon plans to tour the U.S. in 1988, and it has taken them almost 3 decades to revisit the dream get-together. The new month-long trek, which begins in Buffalo, New York on August 8th, came about when church frontman Steve Kilby urged the band's management to look into the availability of the Psychedelic Furs at the beginning of 2015. Ironically, both bands tasted more success in America 30 years ago than they did in their native Britain and Australia. I am Alicia Cook, and that is your entertainment this week.
And the body of blues legend B.B. King will return next week to the Mississippi Delta, where his life and career began. A tribute will be held May 27th before his body is driven to his hometown of Indianola, Mississippi. A public viewing will be May 29th at the B.B. King Museum in Indianola, and a funeral will be May 30th at the nearby Bell Grove Missionary Baptist Church. The 15-time Grammy winner will be buried at the museum. King was 89 when he died May 14th at his home in Las Vegas. A public viewing is Friday at the Palm Mortuary West in Las Vegas. A private service for relatives is Saturday at the downtown Palm Mortuary Chapel. When we return, we'll have your weather with Noah Began.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Wednesday, May 20th. Today we had partly cloudy skies with a high of 80 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 10 degrees above that at 90 degrees. Winds were coming from the south today at 8 miles per hour with gusts up to 18 miles per hour. The UV index today was 9, which is very high. Humidity was at 14% today. Sunrise was at 5:35 this morning, and the record high back in 2005 was 102 degrees. Well, tonight we'll have mostly clear skies with a low of 55 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 67 degrees. Winds will be coming from the north this evening at 5 miles per hour with gusts up to 10 miles per hour, so those winds will be calming down a little bit. Humidity will be at 26%. Sunset will be around 7:48 this evening, and the record low back in 1975 was 46 degrees. Well, tomorrow we'll have mostly cloudy skies with a high of 72 degrees and a low of 51 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south-southeast at 9 miles per hour with gusts up to 15 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 23%. Sunrise will be at 5:34 tomorrow morning, and the UV index will be 7, which is high. For our 7-day forecast, again, mostly cloudy skies tomorrow with a 10% chance of rain. This Friday, we'll have a mixture of sun and clouds with a 30% chance of rain. And then Saturday, that rain will be picking up. There's a 50% chance of rain there. That'll start to be clearing up this Sunday, only a 10% chance there. And then we'll have mostly sunny skies all the way through mid-next week, where those clouds will be clearing up. We'll have nice sunshine. Your high temperatures will be starting off in the high 70s. That will be dropping into the low 70s this Friday and bouncing right back up all the way into the high 80s by mid next week. Your low temperatures will be starting off in the low 50s. That'll be working its way up into the low 60s around mid next week.
We are keeping a close look on that Friday's prediction of rain. They might be having the graduation ceremony inside the gym. Attention graduates and your families, order your high school graduation DVD today. If you're a senior at Pahrump Valley High School, you can order a professional recording of your special day by calling KPVM-TV at 727-9400. And Pahrump Valley High School JROTC will be having a car wash fundraiser May 23rd at Sonic on Highway 160 from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. All donations will benefit the ROTC program. The Pahrump Community Library and the Nevada Aging and Disability Services Division will be hosting a meet and greet for professional and family caregivers on Thursday, that's tomorrow, May 21st, from 1 until 2 p.m. at the library on East Street. Learn about upcoming programs planned for Pahrump and enjoy free refreshments. For more information, you can contact Sabra at Nevada Senior Services, 702-648-3425. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46 from everyone up here at KPVM-TV. And, of course, on the radio, KACE Country 95.9. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.